Ain't that America? Can't you see? Ain't that America? Home of the free land. Ain't that America? Home of the free. Yeah.
Wow.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Millz Lane,
And this is Trap Gardner.
and this is American Culture Topics. Now, as we always do, we're going to start by putting our hands over our hearts as I read from the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident
That all men
are
shall
created equal,
create
that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
right?
That rights, baby. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
For real?
What's going on in the background, kid?
Oh, I had to go in the refrigerator. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, okay. Well, then don't be stepping all on my rights to this Declaration of Independence, bitch.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, anyway, we are American Culture Topics. So, Trap, how you been, sir?
I've been great. I've been blessed.
Way up and you blessed. That's good.
I've been blessed, man. I'm serious.
That's good, man.
I'm a happy black man. Yeah.
All right. I'm all right. So let's deal with some of these American culture topics. So one of the big stories out there, especially with the younger generation, this rapper named XXX Tentacion dies after being shot in Florida outside of a motorcycle dealership. As the updates have been given, 1 to 3 people are basically in custody by now. It's like people lining up to say they did it. So this is the new generation. I'm surprised they didn't record themselves killing this guy.
You might have, man. You don't know. It ain't all out yet.
Yeah, that's another good point.
Yeah.
But it's actually American culture because rappers have been getting shot. Another rapper was shot at the same time. This like about a day ago.
Yeah.
So Americans been killing their rappers for years, man.
Yeah. Anybody go to jail for that shit most of the time.
Yeah, I know some of the most famous ones have been the Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur.
Unsolved homicides.
Yeah, I think the reason why those two are unsolved because the guys that did it are they're also taking a dirt nap.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good idea to put this motherfucker to sleep. Yeah. Can't randomly use if they dead. Yeah, well, if they can't, yeah. I understand that happens all the time. You know what I mean? People take care of the killers and stuff like that, and they they be doing dumb shit like that.
Yeah. Well, I think what's special about this guy, I think a lot of his fans were younger, and he was only, I think, 20 years old. It's
sad.
tragic. It's very tragic to have to hear about, young black men getting murdered. So
yeah.
I won't take that for lightly.
No.
But it's just letting everybody know it's American culture to have rappers get shot. So moving on, we had a West Point graduate was finally less than honorably discharged after he posed in a photo with the words "communism will win" underneath his hat. You know, his cadet's hat. So this fella named Spencer Rapone, he rocked the military community with that. This was about a year ago, but he also did something one day where he posted himself wearing a Che Guevara shirt. So this guy is uber. He's an uber leftist, right? He on the extreme left. Okay, he don't play with American ideals that well.
Oh, you what?
But I just find it interesting that the way they decided to let him go was to give him a less than honorable discharge. Or it was called other than honorable. And I think the main reason behind that is I think they can go after any money that was spent on, putting him through West Point. Because back when I was that age, that type of graduation, that type of, schooling was worth about $1 million.
What?
So I can imagine what it's worth now.
Wait a minute, hold. So you go to school, American military school.
Yeah.
And you stay 4 years?
4 years.
And when you come out, you're an officer, and they spent $1 million on your education?
Yeah, man.
Wow. So what did they put inside your head for $1 million? What you get for $1 million?
I have no idea. But we just got a new subscriber. Salute, new subscriber.
Hello, new subscriber.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, but it's basically $1 million. I mean, because they feeding you, they
closing you with
clothes. Yeah.
Teach you how to kill shit, blow up shit.
Teach you how to kill shit, blow up shit, all that, right?
Yeah. And then after 4 years, they realize you're a communist.
They kind of want their money back for that, you know what
I
mean?
no, you get your money back? Hell no, shit. Hell no, man. What I keep telling you about messing around with the cheddar, man? Hold up, man.
I understand. This guy really thinks, though, that it's some other people out there that are just like him. And he said, there's other people in the military that feel the same way I do.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, you know what I mean? I mean,
they
listen.
like, you better not snitch on me. Yeah. They want to stay, sleeper cells.
Yeah. Like we got one on Pennsylvania Avenue and shit. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, it's either a dictatorship or communism. Take your choice. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But democracy is going to fall. And that ain't no joke and shit, because it fell in the map. It's going to fall over the world. All over the world. You watch.
Oh, that's something to hear, as far as I hear what you're saying, but you got it going on,
Yeah,
so,
you got to move on.
So we also have a story where an all-night shooting happened in the city of Trenton, where 22 people were injured. One was shot dead, but I'm happy to report that was, I think, the assailant. So this happened, I think, on Sunday morning or Saturday night.
In between.
Yeah. So the guy was basically a gang member with a violent past. I think what's the most important part of this, you were telling me something about this happened, this was, somebody said this was going to happen on the social media?
Yeah. On one of the social media joints, when somebody said, hey, it's going to be a shoot down there, please do not go. Okay? And the police...
But you telling me I'm going to miss out on free hot dogs and hamburgers.
Well, listen, before the night was over, right?
And
before the whole night, Yeah, before the whole night over, and they had their hamburgers, free dogs, and looking at some artwork and laying back, chilling, listening to music. It was like at least 100 fist fights and shit. You know what I mean? Before
Oh, a
the
lot of.
shooting, it was a whole lot of people there, and it was some fighting going on, and the cops broke up fights over and over, and they didn't call for backup. They just, did what they was doing. And, it was a chill moment. Sometimes you
Yeah,
have
but
fights.
this event was basically billed as a 24-hour community creativity and inspiration event. So it was supposed to go all night long. And
Exactly.
you said the cops kept coming. Well, the cops were there because
They were there.
they realized they needed to be there.
They realized they needed to shut that shit down. You
Well,
know
that
what I
didn't
mean?
stop this fella from shooting the place up.
Nah, hell no. Because you know why? Because they had lost control of the situation. The police did and shit. They didn't do their job and shit. They was kind of lazy. They didn't work that night. You know what I'm saying? They got all up into it themselves. They didn't protect nobody. They weren't there to protect nobody. They was there to contain. You know what I mean? Like they always do. They occupy. You know what I mean? They just
Yeah.
occupy. They don't really do shit to stop shit. You know what I mean? Shit, I've seen motherfuckers get shot all over Philadelphia and shit, and ain't never seen a goddamn cop actually catch a motherfucker on the scene. That's like 1 in 1,000 when they actually catch the shooter right there. But we got thousands of cops on duty and shit right off throughout the city. And then you got more than one police department too. You got
Well, look, let's put on police uniforms right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I
got mine on.
Calling all officers. There's a shooting at. Okay, let's say we're at Broad and Spring Garden. Calling all officers. There's a shooting at Broad and Vine, and that's about 3 blocks away.
And every cop in the city.
Are you rushing to that shooting?
Of course I am. Of course I am. Well,
you just let me know you're not a real cop. Real cops are not rushing. They're gonna reach. I'm gonna stop and tie my shoe. I'm gonna make sure my gun look good. The bullets all loaded. Make sure the safety right or where it's supposed to be. I'm going, straighten up my tie. I'm going to look at my badge.
But by that time,
take a look at my wallet, look at my family. Remind
by
myself.
By that time, the shooting is over. You ain't gonna catch nobody.
Oh, really?
Really? Well, that's what happened. Okay, I knew something was going on. I knew somebody was tying their shoes and dusting off their hat. Looking at their family.
Salute to these Trenton cops for being there because they had no choice. He was shooting at everybody, and they was part of everybody. It's amazing how that works, doesn't it? It's amazing how that works.
Yeah.
So the mayor issued a statement saying it's sad that this happened on Father's Day. What should have been a very positive event. But, stuff like this happens in America. This isn't the first time an event got shot up in America. Events get shot up in America almost every day, baby.
Every day. Every day. And the thing about it is, we know it's going to happen again.
So, I think we've had a streak about 2 straight weeks. We had a Me Too story. So let's go 3. Let's call this our Me Too of the week. Sponsored by American Men. We just make it happen, don't we?
No, you know what? Hold on. Before we go any further, we go. Just 1 minute, 1 second. Why don't have no chicks on that did the deed, the bad deed? Because I'm quite sure they out there doing the same shit.
I saw a story. I've seen stories lately, and we might could talk about this, about women who faked rape charges.
No. I'm talking about
that's as close to Me Too as I'm going to get right now.
Well, ain't some of them chicks out there that's in charge of these big-ass companies and shit, running shit? You know what I mean? They got to be doing some nasty shit, too, just like the dudes. But maybe, I don't know. But
I'll put it like
let's go ahead to your thing.
let's go ahead. I'll do that. I'll go there with you. Most women that do Me Too shit are usually teachers. You know what I'm saying? Teachers, high school teachers, and they be fucking their students and shit. You'll find out there's a lot of those type of Me Too's. But the reason why we find out is because teenage boys can't, you know, they got to tell everybody when something happens when they dick get wet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really?
Pretty much. So we find there's a lot of women teachers, right? Women don't really, their role in the, let's say, the Catholic Church, not as prominent. And there are women Hollywood producers, but so far nobody said anything. So you got to understand, Me Too is like a sprouting plant. It's just you track gardener.
I can understand a sprouting plant.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a sprouting plant, and its job is to grow and encompass all of that nastiness going on out in this world. You feel me?
I hear you, brother. You know
so
what I mean?
Our Me Too moment of the week goes to Chris Hardwick.
Yeah.
Who he's denied his ex-girlfriend, whose name is Chloe Dykstra. He's denied her that she's claiming emotional abuse and sexual assault allegations. Now, this gentleman is about 46 years old. I remember him from a show called Singled Out. That's a very old show that used to be on MTV, but he's also done other shows. I think he's on The Wall, one of them game shows that's on TV now.
Really?
Yeah, but he's like 46 and she's like 29, you know. And I can see where, and he's denying the whole thing, and you know, it's kind of one of those things where I look at the new generation. He's from a different generation than she is, of course. And but she kind of, you know, said, hey, this guy did some stuff. And he's currently married. He has a kid. He just had a kid. You know, it's like, it's kind of, you know, yeah, well, but it happens. Somebody's bringing something up from the past. So AMC, he has a show on AMC called Talking with Chris Hardwick. They pretty much pulled it. They pulled it from the air. You know, they say, hey.
Whoa. They pulled him from the air, not the show.
They pulled the show from the air. The show is called Talking with Chris Hardwick, and that's him. So they pulled his show off the air, sir.
Oh, well, because I watched that joint. You know, man, it's all messed up. Yeah.
You know, it's not as salacious as you know, Jamie Foxx's story, or you know, it's not a whole bunch of women like the Morgan Freeman story was. So, you know, it's just something that we gotta, you know,
the Morgan Freeman story wasn't a story at all, was it? Not really.
I mean, stuff happens.
Bullshit. You know what I mean?
Stuff happens, man.
It was fake news. It was fake ass news. Shit.
Well, I'm gonna say all of this is allegedly, of course. So
of course, everything is allegedly. But
if you want to find out more, you can talk about it and deal with it yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because you know what? I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. Shit. I wasn't there. Yeah, go ahead, man.
So, yeah, I'm just saying, man. I'm not, you know, I'm not the guy who to talk about. I just said that's our Me Too moment of the week. That's all. Seems like they're gonna happen every week. All right, and let's drop out a story across the country. So the end of the driving ban on Saudi Arabian women should maybe boost the economic role of women in Saudi Arabia.
What?
So yeah.
How do women hold it? All they do is spend money, right?
there
They
was
don't really work, do they?
well, there was a decades-old driving ban on women.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I heard that.
So basically, like, there's a lady named Tagrid Galzala. She owns like a chain of beauty salons. She sees the move as a huge step forward for business women like her in this ultra-conservative kingdom. So maybe these, this will give, maybe when Uber finds its way to Saudi Arabia, women can have jobs in Riyadh, driving.
Yeah, okay. Flying helicopters and all kind of shit, right?
Yeah, because it might be a lot of women in Saudi Arabia,
I don't know, man. They keep them so covered up. I don't know. They keep it covered up.
Well, it seems like women outnumber men everywhere, man. And it's
I don't know. I ain't sure about Saudi Arabia, man. You pull up.
Men have done a good job killing themselves off.
Yeah, well, I don't know the Saudi Arabia be doing too much to fight, but you don't know what's up under that guard, man. You gotta watch that shit, man. You know what I mean? I don't care what nobody say. You gotta watch that. You know what I mean? You gotta really watch that. It's not a gimmick when you look at God and think that that's what you're looking at. You know what I mean? You look at a female under there, you ain't sure. You know what I mean? How you sure? How you know?
I personally think the covered woman is a beautiful thing.
You know what?
You don't have to show everybody everything. I love the Amish women. I love the way they dress. I love the fact that they cover it all up. It's pretty to me. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. You see the woman, especially if a Muslim woman, and if I was ever single out there and I wanted to holler at one, because I can't see what's under that thing she got on her head. What is that? The kimar, or is that too much? What's the part that go over her head, sir?
Oh, they call it kimar. Some people call it something else. So but it's all the same stuff.
How I feel about women, however I meet you, that's however your hair look, that's how it's gonna stay. So
hold on.
She's not seeing her hair off the rip. She going to have to wear that thing the whole relationship, and I ain't never gotta worry about getting her hair done. But she's coming to bed. She's coming to bed with what they call them, nigga knots and BB shots. I'm with it. I'm with it.
You with it?
I'm with it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh man,
it's a beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing.
I know this much. I like them covered up too, I really do. I don't really want mine to show everything to the whole world and shit, you know what I mean? But, sometimes, I don't think we have too much of a choice of that shit, you know what I mean? About what's going to be worn by individuals and shit,
Look, man, I'll spend most of my life living in an Amish paradise. I don't care.
Really?
Man, we could get on a tandem bike and ride into town, in Dutch country.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So would you stick to one wife or maybe two or three? Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely at least 2 wives.
2 wives?
Because the first wife, she get the title as first wife. She get to enjoy that title.
Yeah.
And all that comes with being first wife.
Right. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got you. I dig you.
Second wife gotta understand that her job is to try to be better than first wife. That's her only job. She can never be first wife, but she can always aspire to be better than first wife. That's all she got to do. If she continues to try to be better than first wife, then it's going to be perfect.
I like that. You know what I mean? I like that. So, yeah, okay. So we got to get a ride up there in Army Company. We ain't that far from there anyway, man. They take people like us.
Huh?
They take people like us. Can I
What
become
people?
Amish? Can I become a
I think you could become Amish. You could become
really?
Amish. Yeah, man. I look at it like this. I used to be close to Amish.
Okay,
Here's a little history fact on me. I used to roll with the Mennonites.
okay,
You know, and they hung out. They close to Irish. They just
okay.
do like shifty things, like smoking with the cigarettes. You know,
Okay, yeah, they close
uh,
to Amish, but they yeah, okay,
stuff like
Mennonite.
that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a science. It's a
Okay.
religion. It's a denomination.
So I can become I come Amish. I ain't know
I
that.
think you can become Amish.
Well, I
You
will
just
become Amish, right? They don't pay no.
I don't know if you want to do it out there with them.
Oh, well, I can't do it out there with them.
I
You
didn't
know what I
say
mean?
you couldn't. I just say I don't know if you want to.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, up
So
there, yeah.
anyway, Dan, we beat up half our show, so we gonna breeze through our local, national, and international topics.
Um,
So, well, okay, you know what? Let's touch on the first lady. The first lady, she visits Texas to see detained immigrant children. So I like this first lady, although standing next to I'm not dealing with him. I dealt with him a couple weeks ago, but the first lady, she is definitely taking a look at these children's centers where she can see children that are locked behind cages.
well, actually, she went to a nice spot. She didn't go to no, the real.
They didn't show her the one where she's locked behind cage. They locked behind
No,
cages.
no, I didn't show that
They
one.
they
No.
only showed her the one they got the schoolroom
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything like that.
Right,
Okay.
right. Because you know
Well,
what? And she did. When she got off when she showed up at the center, and when she left the center, she had this jacket on, and it had some words on it. You know what I mean?
but what was on the jacket?
Well, something about she don't care. You know what I mean? It was like I don't care about what you say. You know what I mean? Whatever, something like that. It was kind of poignant. You know what I mean? Because I mean, you could show up at a center, kiss some kids on the head, hold their hands, and listen to them, and talk to the counselors or whatever and shit, but still deal with shit. They took the motherfucking kids from the past. And that's some fucked up ass shit, you know what I mean? It's still a deal.
Yeah, but
The
what
deal
is
is a
the
deal.
what is the reality of the situation here?
The
Let's talk.
reality is, let's talk reality. Okay, real
Reality is
reality.
the parent and the child cross the border illegally. Correct?
That is absolutely 100% true, my man. You on
Okay.
that right on the way. You just got
So
that.
I don't know the provisions or the law, but something has to happen when
Exactly.
that happens.
Something has to. You know what? And this is the thing about all this shit. You know what I mean? You could process the parent like in a day. Okay, you take the parent, take this motherfucker, fingerprint this motherfucker, find out who the fuck he's supposed to be. You could do that all in a day. The next day,
Yep.
day two.
Okay.
Day two, okay? You take
Yep.
the parent and before a judge, you know what I mean? And you ask the parent, why the hell did you cross that border illegally? Why did you come to America? Right? So,
Okay.
and then the parent give the reason why they did it, and then they say they want asylum or not. Or they do want asylum, okay? You find out they deserve to have asylum. Now, I'm going to tell you, you take kids from the parents like that, kids will usually turn out to be real mean. You know what I mean? We got plenty of proof of this. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean when kids grow up without fathers or kids grow up without their parents in orphanages, sometimes their attitude changes against the rest of us?
Well, not the rest of us, but the ones they see as their captain. You know what I mean? What's keeping them from their parents? And sometimes it's a good idea to keep kids from their parents And I agree with that one all the way. You know what I mean? But this right here is a fucking fucked up shit that America ever did. Because you know what? We know better. We know better. There's enough information out there to tell you this is not a good idea. Yeah, it would have been better to put the motherfuckers back on the bus and send them back to Mexico. As soon as they got here, as soon as they got caught, you pick them up, put them on the bus, and throw them and drive their ass right back to Mexico. But what they doing now is keeping kids from their parents. All you doing is breeding motherfucking terrorists. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. That a lot of people ain't realizing these kids in America because American culture is so fucked up that they won't even fucking think right. It's more motherfuckers in South America than a little bit. Make all them motherfuckers mad, and one day they might just come up here all together. You know what I mean? And we ain't got enough fucking shit to stop them. Only thing we could do is nuke them motherfuckers and nuke half America. You know what I mean? Nuke all of California, New Mexico, and California, and Texas, and all that shit. We're gonna have to nuke the Southwest and shit to stop them motherfuckers from coming across this border. If they all wanted to come, you know what I mean? If they all got mad, if they all decided to do a revolution against North America, you know what I mean? It's like, don't worry about the Chinese. Don't worry about the Russians. Don't worry about the motherfuckers on the other side of the world. Because they can't walk to America. But them motherfuckers can down to South America. Okay? You need to stop fucking with the people and start treating them a little better. I'm trying to tell you something. You know? I can see this woman and shit from a mile away. All you doing is shit, if you lock some kids up and shit and keep them away from their parents, is breeding little terrorists. And some of them got little bad minds now already shit from this shit. You know? Yeah, it's easy to poison the child's mind.
So
you know
now we're creating more sleeper cells, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
The immigrant orphan sleeper cell. Great.
Yeah, come right out of there and shit. Like, okay, you know what? They say they'll say the Pledge of Allegiance and shit, stand up to the flag and all that other good shit. Just what they want them to do and shit, you know? Yeah.
Oh, and definitely don't take a knee for that national anthem.
Oh, no, they ain't gonna do that. No, hell no. They gonna stand straight. I'm telling you, man.
Okay.
That's how it goes.
So we're gonna knock these out quickly. These ain't gonna take that long. So our local topic, because we do a local topic because we're from the Philadelphia area, and Philadelphia is the birthplace of America.
Really?
Yes. So
okay.
One person has been so far arrested with an ATM explosion. so this happened at some store in the Port Richmond section of Philadelphia. Somebody tried to blow up an ATM.
This is one of Port Richmond's beer distributor last night. Police said the suspects used homemade devices in the attempted robbery that blew that cash machine to pieces.
Homemade?
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Homemade.
Investigation into the ATM incident, which may be connected to multiple explosions nearby.
Action News reporter Maggie Kent live this afternoon at the scene on East Allegheny Avenue. Maggie, you've got the latest right now.
There's no latest. Basically, I'll let you know what's going on. So there is a woman has been captured. The female suspect. Yeah. It's funny because I'm looking at the surveillance, and these two people, it was a man and a woman, they were both in the store earlier that day.
Buying stuff.
And the guy, he has like some type of, looks like a stick of dynamite in his back pocket while he's at the store the same day. The woman, she has on the exact same clothes she had on earlier when she was in the store. So this leads me to believe they're not professionals, but they did have access to some explosives. But they may be the type of people who, once they got the money out, would have ran to Joey drug dealer and re-upped on their supply. Well, it could have been heroin, could have been coke. You know, I don't know how sophisticated of their high is, but
we'll find that out soon. Anyway,
the very important part of this is they have explosives.
Good shit
And,
too.
yeah, because they blew this ATM and some of the store up, but they didn't hit anywhere near the safe, which is usually located at the bottom of these ATMs. So they tried to blow it up where the money part come out. if they ever paid any attention to the damn ATM machine, this is how you know they don't.
Yeah.
You would understand that there's like some type of, track method where the money siphons up through a track. It's not like the money is
when he loaded, see?
underneath the screen where the computer chips are. But, what's up, man? What you think about this?
I think that they were some dumbasses, and they should get away with maybe a couple of years in jail, man. 2 3 years in jail. Don't send them away for a long ass time. Let's find out where they get that dynamite from. That's what I'm saying and shit, you know what I mean?
Oh, well, they're going to ask them to snitch on that first.
Well, that's the thing and shit. You know what I mean? Gotta give them something. You know what I mean? They snitch on where they got it from. You know what I mean? And, I don't know, man, but it's really crazy, man, how motherfuckers like that just run around loose like that in the first fucking place, because they got no business being out of the street in the first place. You know what I mean? Yeah, they ain't. Oh, that's not. Anyway, that's it's like really crazy how people just do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that dope will make you do a lot of crazy shit, man. You can become Superman on that shit. They be thinking of some really weird ass shit. You know what I mean? That's why I said these motherfuckers they don't belong in jail. Let's find out when they got the dynamite and let them free. You know what I mean? Let them free too. Let them free like you go to Mexican people.
Bank robbing is it's American. It's American as apple pie.
Well, listen, that's apple pie, American bank robbing. That's like something that America do all the time is rob banks. You know what I mean? Back in the day,
robberies go down all the time.
All the time.
Recently, people rob banks. Now, I call it ATM. It's a bank. It is a bank, but it's more of an automated bank.
Well, you know what? It ain't enough money in the ATM to be going around making all this effort. I mean, I've been looking at all the effort they be putting into robbing the ATMs and shit. Be wondering like, what the fuck is y'all thinking about? You still gonna go to jail for the same amount if you would have went into a bank and said stick 'em up, or got an armored car guy and said stick 'em up. So I'm like, I'm going for the cash and shit. I don't play around when it come down to making that cheddar. You know what I mean?
Well, I give them a little bit of credit. Here you go. You're not trying to rob a person.
Okay.
I mean, aside from the way that the dynamite could have injured like somebody working at the store, there wasn't really nobody else in the store. Wasn't nobody else around, and they're trying to beat the machine. So they don't. If they paid any attention, they would realize that what's really been going on in the city. A lot of these hackers have been putting these little scamming devices on the ATM where it reads your card number,
right?
And somebody's watching you type in your PIN number, and they end up stealing from the ATM like that, stealing from your bank account. But the drugs, sitting back watching Roadrunner and Coyote, and they're like, ooh, if I get me some Acme Dynamite, I go up to this ATM, maybe the money just explodes up in the air, and then we catch it, and then we go and,
Wait, hold on, you can't blow the money up?
Instead of buying 10s, we could buy 20 sacks, dog.
You can't blow the money up, man.
Well, you're not gonna blow the money. I'm saying the money flow up in the air like a rain. The money makes it rain. They make it rain, sir. That's the terminology, Mr. Trap.
You know what? The thing about it is, it was like maybe 50 junkies probably waiting for that money to blow up and shit. You know what I mean? That money blow up, like you said. I mean, of course they couldn't keep that to themselves. Everybody, it was more people that knew about that shit, that they was gonna try that shit. There's some neighborhood shit down in there and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's neighborhood shit all over Philly and shit. It's fucking neighborhood shit. You know what I mean? So some motherfuckers decided to do some shit like that. You know what I mean? I remember they robbed the the drugstore, stole about 8,000 perks and shit. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, those motherfuckers down there gonna be knocked out. The whole fucking neighborhood, everybody that's taking the perks gonna be messed up. Yeah, we like, yeah, you blow this shit up, you know what I mean? And damn near blow the whole building up. Luckily you didn't. People survived.
So are drugs that bad? Are we almost to the point where we're going to call? I want to end it on this with just asking you: are we at the point where some druggie trying to do something to an ATM, is that really like a crime of opportunity? I mean, it's money.
It's money, but it's not a crime. He could have used the dynamite better to get some money. You know what I mean? He really could have. He just wasted his dynamite. You know? And now his ass going to jail and shit because he didn't use it in the maximum amount that would have brought him back the maximum amount of cash and shit. You know what I'm saying? I would have went down to the casino and shit with my dynamite. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So that's all we got on that. I want to move on to our national topic. So, have you ever wanted to go to the armed forces, Mr. Trapp?
Oh, actually, yes. You know what I mean? I want to serve my country in the best way possible. You know what I mean?
Guess what?
What?
Might be another chance for you.
Really?
The U.S. military could soon get a sixth service branch dedicated to space.
Hey, you know what? I'll sign up right away, man. You know what I'm saying?
We're boldly going where no man has gone before.
So, do I take a gun up in space too from the military, man?
I mean, guns with the air compression factor might cause an issue, but we'll get into that later.
We can work with that.
I got something to listen to. Let's hear this for a second.
Military could soon be fighting on a new frontier. Services Committee has proposed setting up a new service branch called the Space Corps. Former Secretary of the Air Force Deborah Lee James says space could soon become the front lines of battle. Space, years ago, was considered a peaceful domain, no longer. Now we need to call a spade a spade. It's a possible war-fighting domain. But don't expect Space Corps to look like this.
The new Space Corps probably is not going to launch the Starship Enterprise.
Space Corps would be responsible for spacelift operations and the command and control of satellites, which the Air Force currently controls. The satellites and other equipment help with navigation and communication on the ground, and experts say it's extremely important to protect them from unfriendly forces.
Uh-oh. Remember, we were talking about the nukes, right? War games and nukes, right?
Yeah, right.
You can't simulate the nukes flying and, Japan hitting a button and everybody else hitting the button, right? You can't really simulate that. So we have to fight our enemy from outside of the planet.
Yeah, you know what? Wow.
And if you think about it, American culture is to defend the land we stole, right?
Exactly. We're
gonna fight for this. Whatever we got, we're gonna fight for it.
And the motherfuckers better realize one goddamn thing in Russia, China, and all those other places. You know who planted the flag on the moon first?
That was done in a TV station, I heard. But
whatever. Well, we have a simulation of us planting the flag on the moon. That's chicken cows and shit. You know what? And you know what? I kind of think that I want my 40 acres and my mule and shit. You know what I mean? I kind of want that shit. I really do.
Well, you can get 40 acres and a mule on the moon.
Well, fuck it, it's my land, right? It's mine.
Yeah, they say you can have whatever you want up there. But see, you know, check this out. Countries like China and Russia have been, investing their money on a variety of capabilities that the United States ain't like. In 2007, China successfully tested an anti-satellite weapon, taking down one of its own satellites.
Yeah, I remember that.
The United States are like, remember, you used to talk about the war games where, they would shoot, like China would shoot something up in the sky and blow up the satellite from the ground.
Yeah.
But the United States like, we'll show you even one better. They took and shot you told me this, they shot the missile off the ship in the middle of the ocean in choppy water, and they shot their missile and it shot up and blew up whatever satellite. They said, yeah, we can do it. We can blow ours up on, unstable ground. So what?
Well, yeah, see, it was like the Chinese shot was like a thing that was coming straight down. They knew exactly where it was going to be at every second. And they shot it down. And the United States took a Egypt's cruiser and aimed all this stuff at that satellite they was hitting that was in a wobbly orbit. You know what I mean? It was still in space, you know what I mean, off of a boat, and they fired their missile, and it was one, too. It was just one missile. And they was able to shoot that satellite out of the sky. And
well, thank you so much, Mr. Trapp, for kind of repeating what I just said. But
yeah, you just said
anyway.
Yeah. I
find it interesting that okay, you can sell that. It's better than just shutting down NASA. But under the Obama administration, I remember that people put together signatures for him to answer a question about putting some type of death ray on the moon. And it sounds funny, but I'm pretty sure those folks didn't realize they were probably laying the groundwork for what this is. Taking NASA away and making it more of a
military arm.
Government military arm instead of, it's easier to fund it if you call it military, not national space exploration and shit. You know what I mean?
Well, see, because this ain't about exploration. This is about the takeover. See, because there's a lot of good shit up in space and shit. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good shit out there. And it's easy to get to if you don't have no competitors. You know what I mean? If you can control the territory, it's yours. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how the hell that works since the world turned. You know what I mean?
So basically, how can you claim space in space? Like on Earth, it's territorial, and they say, well, anything within 12 miles of my land is my territory. Everything outside of 12 miles is international. Well, so what are they going to do up there?
Well, see, this is what happens when you get once you get a dictator, right? You know what I mean? Once you get a dictator, so the dictator was like, well, you know what? I ain't gonna be fighting these fools over this shit right here. You know what I mean? He don't give a fuck what happened to Syria. He don't give a shit what happened to South America. He don't give a shit about none of this shit. But he's a far-thinking man. See, this ain't the money that he gonna get back right away. He gonna get this money. But his sons and grandsons will get this money. His great-grandson will get this money. It will
I told you about rich people running for office. Rich people run for office for one thing and one thing only: subsidized security.
Exactly. And I'm talking about subsidized security.
You put a billionaire in the president's seat, he's going to authorize military spending out their ass. And he's like, why aren't we in space? But I challenged them, and I hope that they're paying attention.
No, they're not paying attention.
No. I hope they don't just go up in space and look down on the Earth. I hope they go up there and also look out,
For the Earth, huh?
maybe for like meteors or, asteroids and all of that nonsense that always has the potential of hitting the planet. And they're thinking about how to deal with stuff like that as well. I hope the math nerds are still involved in the space program, not just the military, anti-nuke or anti-missile or anti-satellite destruction force. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you know what? Like you hit on a great subject there, because a meteorite is just a rock, right? And
Right.
if you get a nice piece of rock and you send it, and if you could catch a satellite, then you catch a rock. You know what I mean? Satellite got rockets on the rock just floating around, and send it at the right person. Since it's not a nuclear weapon and you didn't fire it at them, you don't have to take ownership of sending it their way, right? I mean, there's a lot of shit you can do in space that's really fucking crazy. You know what I mean? And that's one of them, And the armed space is fucking really crazy, right? Space should unite us and shit. You know what I mean? Not divide us. And this president, once again, has proven that he is not who you think he is. Okay?
Yeah, like I said, I don't think about him. This is this American thing. America has been spending on defense forever.
Yeah, well, you know what? A lot of money too.
They just downvoted. The senators just decided not to vote for a program that would have cut like $15 million out of the child health care health insurance program called CHIP.
Huh?
They kind of said, nah, we're going to keep that. And because a couple of Republicans voted against it. And the other ones were like, oh, this is some bullshit. No, you just find another way to get that money for your military spending. You guys, the military spending is like 50% of the budget, man.
Well, see, you know what? Congress is really messed up on a lot of things. Like, they've been stealing from the people anyway. And they do it so they want to steal some money from the children now too. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing to it but taking from the little babies and shit. But they ain't got no vote. They can't vote yet. You know what I mean? Right now they can't vote. And then all we gotta do is make sure I tell them enough lies and they don't vote, or they believe in us and shit. Even though that your poor ass ain't getting shit, you still believe in us and shit, huh? Republicans, huh? I don't believe in none of them motherfuckers, really. It's just really ugly.
So, like I said, you got another chance to go to the military,
Yeah, I'll go to Space Corps. I would go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because I figured that once I get out in space, if I got a nice little craft up there, I might buy me some gold or something like that. So back down here on my own. You know what I mean?
You're going to find gold up in the space.
I'm going to find gold, diamonds, all kinds of good shit. Platinum, you know what I mean? And the pure shit, too. That shit pure. You know what I mean? I'm going to melt that shit down and shit, bring that shit back down with me. Hey, that's my shit. This is my shit. You know what I mean? America stole from me. I'm stealing from America and shit. Fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Fuck y'all. Shit.
Don't be so quick to tell America what you're going to do to America.
No, you're right about that, because they be like, what? What you say? Oh, no, I ain't mean that shit. You know what I mean? You can trust me.
And finally,
this side of treat.
Yeah. So finally, we'll touch on this nice and quick. If you notice a pattern, it's really just the topics have been kind of gearing this way. But our world topic focuses on Iranian women attending the first World Cup screening in nearly 40 years. So Iranian's national team faced Spain on Wednesday in their second World Cup match, but they played another match. Oh, gosh, I'm forgetting who they played against. But they played another match and they won. They actually won the match. They were playing, I think, oh goodness,
Peru or somebody.
Whoever they beat, probably some African country, because Africans been getting their ass kicked in the World Cup this year. But so the women were allowed to watch the match in the country's main stadium. They played Morocco. I knew it was an African country. Africans get their ass kicked in the World Cup this year, except for Senegal. Hopefully they can win it all. Win it all, Senegal. Anyway, the Iranian women, for years. First of all, Iran don't even be making it to the World Cup like that.
But it made it this time.
Yeah, so basically whoever is in charge, Ayatollahs and whatnot, they told the women they can come and watch the event. And it's a good thing because the women got to see these guys win, they match. The men got to see it. They partied through the streets of Iran, in Tehran, I should say. Yes, they partied all night long.
Oh,
so,
really?
It could be a lot of babies made after that match, man.
No, man. Why
you win a match. You win a match in the World Cup, especially when ain't nobody thinking you supposed to. A lot of babies gonna be made. So you know what that means? For the third time tonight, we got more splinter cells. There'll be more splinter cells in the future.
Yeah, we got more. Shit, more. It just won't stop. The madness won't stop.
So that's a good note for women. And on a not as good note, I think countries in Russia or some rich guys in Russia, I don't know exactly who, but they told the women of Russia if they can get impregnated by some of these guys that's playing on these teams in the World Cup, they can have free Burger King for life. So now,
free Burger King for life. What they got to do?
Just life. They just got to get impregnated by somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi or any of these guys that's playing in the World Cup. What they're banking on, they're banking on genetics, so that these kids, what they'll have is a bunch of pregnant women by soccer stars. These women will now make these children who should be the next crop of great soccer players for Russia.
So, damn. So they're doing this through genetic sex and that's some Nazi shit too, man. These motherfuckers going off over here, man. You think that shit might work?
I don't think they figured it out right, because if the women have free Burger King for life, what do you think they're going to feed the child? And then you're going to have fat kids that could have been soccer royalty or soccer stars. You're just going to make some fat children. So I don't think they thought that one out that good. But
well, they Russians, man. They Russians and shit. Sometimes the Russians don't be thinking shit out real fast and shit, you know what I mean? They be thinking like, some fuckboy shit, you know what I mean? Like that kind of shit.
Over there, they got control, so they might say, okay, good job getting the man, spread the seed and your veggies. Now we take the kid from you, you get to eat your Burger King, okay?
Well, to have somebody say, hey, listen, I can give you some hamburgers for wait a minute. How many burgers can you get a day? Like 2, 3? Well, this Russia. I didn't know it was Burger King in Russia, man. Yeah, I figured they called it Vodka King.
Sir, capitalism is everywhere, sir. But so good luck out there in the world. Good luck to anyone who has a basketball team and you're wanting your team to draft correctly or trade correctly. That happens tonight. And also, happy Juneteenth. I was in the middle of making a meme for Juneteenth, but I forgot it. So anyway, happy Juneteenth to everybody. And if you don't know what Juneteenth is, it's basically the representation that slavery ended in the United States.
No, that ain't true. They're lying.
But it kind of took a long time because a lot of slave masters couldn't read either. So
no.
Trap.
Yeah, I'm here.
How can the folks reach you?
They can find me on Ruckus Radio every Thursday night at
Yep.
7 o'clock.
And now it's RR Live. Also, they can hit you up on your PayPal, paypal.me/TrapGardner.
Yeah,
and my name is Millz Lane. You might see me chatting it up in these chats sometimes. As always, trying to be here Thursdays at 7 for American Culture Topics. Also on the Instagrams at What's Wrong with Dad. And you can find me also with the paypal.me/Millz Lane. I appreciate everybody for listening. But as always, for Trap Gardner, I'm Millz Lane. Stay classy, Americans.
Stay free.
Stay alive.
Stay away from Popo.
Stay with your taxes paid.
Oh, yeah. And stay with love in your heart. You know what I mean? You gotta love each other. No matter what.
Or stay hating on the other people because they don't make any sense.
No matter what.
You can do all of that because this is American culture. Later.
Peace out, world.